Hey everybody, how y'all doing? This here's Keno Subway, but you can call me Chris. And today I'm going to be doing another issue of crowdfunded criticism. This is a reviewer request, so I'm going to get a big head now that I got requests going on. But no, this is by Yodam Darkstar. He requested that I do a review for SOS Volume 1. This is by Chimera Comics, and it has art by Canales. So obviously, before I get into anything, oh, sorry, there's a clog in my ear for some reason. It's making things sounds like I'm talking weird. But before I get into it, some disclosures. First, of course, as always, this is a review of the book, not the artist. The only place where the artists, my opinion maybe of the artist may impact anything would be in terms of customer service and of professionalism. And I have no complaints in those areas for Chimera Comics and all that here with this book. In fact, I don't really know Chimera, so I can't say. So I can't really say in the terms of professionalism or customer service and all that stuff. So anyway, this will be as spoiler free as possible, and the reason being that Volume 2 is currently on Indiegogo, and I don't want to ruin it for anybody who hasn't read this yet. All right, so let me start off by showing you a little bit of art here while I'm gabbing. So off a little art here. Oh, gosh, I gotta get this right. I'm always looking at the screen while I'm trying to show these, and I always do the opposite of what I'm trying to do. Show a little art. Like I said, this art is by Canales. The great thing about Canales, you might know him from Iron Sights 1, Necromancer Tombstone Blues, Abductables, and of course SOS. The great thing about it is it seems like with every book, Canales' art gets better. So it's like you're watching him grow as an artist. It's pretty awesome. It's pretty awesome. Yeah, I remember seeing some complaints about Iron Sights 1, and I could understand maybe some of the complaints, yeah, if it wasn't your style or this or that. But he's grown to be a great artist. I really like the artwork on this book. So SOS Volume 1, it's around 80 pages, and you could pick this up for $15. So value-wise, great. Love it. I love the page count per price here. Very good. So what is SOS about? It is about three brothers. Let me show you here. Three brothers. These are them right there. Everything's so fuzzy. Wait, if I move it back. That didn't really do anything, did it? So it's three brothers. We are first really introduced to them during World War II, and so is the public. Then time skips to the modern day, and then that's where you get the majority of your story. Your basic premise of the story here is that there's this demonic invasion. The brothers are like, hey, we can make money off this by setting up a business. And then you get some like kind of side story kind of stuff, and the head of the demon shows up. So that's your kind of overview of the story. It's a very basic story. It's solid, but there's nothing really here that's gonna like wow, it's wow you in terms of the story, but it's solid. In terms of style, this book is kind of let me think. The closest person I could think of that's pretty popular I can think of would be Lobo, where it's mostly like humor and action focused, but light on story. The story's there to propel the humor, the action, and the cool art. And to that, it does it very well. honestly, I really like this book, honestly. I had a lot of fun reading this book. Um, Even though it's 80 pages, it didn't feel like it because it's fast paced and full of action and full of funny little quips and stuff like that. I don't have an issue with this book, honestly, at all. I'm trying to think of an issue I would have with it, and there really isn't one. Like I said, the weakest point you could give it maybe is the story. Like I said, there's not really story wise much that like uh, wows me in this. It's pretty by the numbers. Yeah, the you kind of like I guess you'd maybe say twist at the end is pretty predictable. The It's kind of predictable. I predicted it, and all the man, this is really bugging me. The like I said, the kind of like I guess you'd call it twist. I don't know. The reveal at the end is kind of predictable. I was like, oh yeah, I've seen that, and things like that. But like I said, it's still a solid story. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just it doesn't like it's not like some deep character driven super emotional thing because it's not supposed to be. That's not the style of this book. you know if it was one of those like gripping stories, it would take away from the humor and the action and all that stuff. So it's not really meant to be one of those types of stories, and I'm glad it isn't. But there is like little things I like this page I showed you earlier where it's set in World War II, and the guy says like, I know you. How does it say here? I know you Germans are all cooked out of your minds. Don't you hold out on me. The war's not over until I have cocaine. And I liked that. I liked that little thing because it was true. The Germans were like, I think they were given, I think it was chocolate bars or something that had cocaine in them, and it was supposed to help them like stay up and have energy, Like, so I thought that was like a nice little nod there to history and stuff. But let me show another little nice Easter egg thing I thought was pretty neat. Oh, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Real fast. Come on, I just seen it. There it is. So, as a country boy, I guess you'd say, I've seen my fair share of chainsaws. So, you got right here this guy, and the chainsaw here says "kill" Kihl, which I thought was really funny. So I thought that was pretty funny because of usually you've got that steel brand name. It's Stihl. So I thought that was pretty cool. Uh, yeah, just a lot of things. If you're a fan of the morning roast here on the channel, you'll know, of course, my co-host Simon Pothier. See that Pothier? This here Pothier's store. You got a little Easter egg in the book. um, but yeah, overall, it's a fun book. There's little Easter eggs throughout it. Yeah, the brothers are pretty. They're crazy, except for like one who's more like grounded. The characters are fun. The story's fun. It's very fast paced, full of action. At the very end, you get a nice little character thing, which, like I said, which this is at the end, and it's at the end, and it gives you some basic powers and just a premise of it, which is not really bad. And they put it in the back, so I'm not I don't feel really strongly one way or the other about that, but that's kind of a neat little thing, I guess. Gosh, man. But overall, funny book. I don't really have. I'm trying to sit here and think of a critique I could maybe give it, and I don't really have one. It's a fun book. I've read it now twice. The action scenes are fun. Canales' art keeps getting better and better. The story could be considered, I guess some people might consider it a weak point, but I don't. I actually consider in these style of books, I consider a more, I guess you might say simple story, I guess is the word maybe I'm looking for, but something that's not really like trying to tell you a really complex like story, or trying to give you something real emotional, or yeah, anything like, obviously you don't want anything serious because it'll take away from the humor. But um, ah, but overall, yeah, I think this is a really good book. Like I said, it was $80 or $80, yeah, 80 pages for like $25 or so. Um, just it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. I'm trying to, I'm still trying to think of a critique. But everything that I can think of that people might give as a critique of it, it's not a critique because of the style of the story. You know, this book probably isn't good for a younger audience. Obviously, there's a lot of like cursing, violence, things like that. But that's obviously not a critique. But it is a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. It was quite fun. I have no complaints. But yeah, that's SOS. Oh, oh, that kills me that I don't have a critique for it, because I've been doing that for every video. But I mean, I guess it's not really a critique, but like the story, obviously, I guess would be the weakest point. But it has to be for the style, in my opinion, to really make the style work. Do check out Volume 2. I will include a link in the description. This is a lot of fun book. I would recommend it. I'd recommend it. I'm gonna. Did I already back Volume 2? Let's see. I got Volume 1. I have Onslaught. I might not have backed Volume 2, so I might be doing that. Thanks to Yodam for recommending this. I had to put Blood Hunt to the side, so Sim will get over it to do this, but it's on the list. So I'm going to roast him good. That'll probably be the next one. But yeah, like I said, do go check out Volume 2 and pick up Volume 1. And go give Chimera Comics a follow on Twitter. Do give this channel a like and subscribe, please. And I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.